Hi everyone, I'm Charlene. I'm a registered dietitian. On my Facebook page is mostly family, friends, neighbors, former classmates, so everyone is supposed to know me, right? Right. November 14 is World Diabetes Day. So considering that everyone is trying to raise awareness of the impacts of diabetes on families, I chose to make a short video considering that I'm a dietitian on diabetes. All right. You may not have diabetes, but I'm sure that you would have known someone in your lifetime, be it a family member, a colleague, a friend, a neighbor. So the information will be useful. All right. Now, what is diabetes? We hear diabetes all the time, right? So, what is this thing called diabetes? Diabetes is simply a condition where the sugar or the glucose in the blood is high. All right, so I'm going to break that down a little more. In the body, just like how you have the liver, the kidneys, the heart, I am sure you'd have heard of an organ called the pancreas. And the pancreas produces something called insulin. Now, just like you would need a key to open the door, so too insulin acts like a key, but it's a key that unlocks your cells. So that way the sugar could leave the blood and go into the cells, which is where it would be used for energy. All right. So just remember the purpose of insulin is to remove sugar from the blood. And the sugar gets into the blood from the food that we eat. So just like a car needs gas to go, our preferred source of fuel comes from the food that we eat, right? So keep that in mind. Now, as mentioned, when you become diabetic, it means to say your body is not producing the insulin. So for those persons who may have had type 1 diabetes, they would not be able to produce insulin. Their body is not producing the insulin and they would need to take insulin injections. It's mostly common in young children or young adults, and that's type 1. Type 2 diabetes is mostly found in older persons. There are children who have been diagnosed with type 2 as well, all right, and is where the insulin is being produced, but it's not working properly, or it's not producing sufficiently to effectively remove the sugar from the blood. All right, so when you are diabetic, it means to say either the body is not producing the insulin or the insulin isn't working properly to remove the sugar from the blood. There's type 1 diabetes, there's type 2 diabetes, and there's also gestational diabetes, which occurs with some women during pregnancy. All right, so now that we know that the pancreas produces insulin and the food that we eat break down into sugar, and then the pancreas is supposed to produce that insulin to take the sugar out of the blood, which goes to the cells where it will be used for energy. All right. Now, if sugar is not well managed, if you are diabetic and your sugar levels are not well managed, it's not under control and it's consistently reading high for a long period of time, it can lead to serious complications down the road. It could damage the eyesight, it can lead to blindness, all right? And I'm sure if you are diabetic and your sugar level were high, from time to time you would find that you're seeing cloudy, not so? All right. It can also lead to heart attack. It can lead to stroke. It can also damage other organs in the body like the kidneys, and I'm sure you would have known someone who may have been diabetic and eventually end up with kidney failure and started dialysis. So yes, uncontrolled blood sugar do affect the kidneys. Imagine the sugar molecules is big like a tennis ball. I'm just making a reference. And the filters in the kidney is very tiny, like the hole of a needle. After these big sugar molecules are forcing its way through the tiny kidney filters, which it's not supposed to do, it can damage these kidney filters and therefore it can lead to kidney failure. So our goal should be to try to keep the sugar well managed so that it doesn't damage the eyesight, it doesn't damage the kidneys, it doesn't increase your risk of stroke and heart attacks, and also bear in mind that it can lead to amputations. So it damages the nerves, cuts take a longer time to heal, it can lead to you losing a toe, you losing a foot. So all these are complications of diabetes. All right. So there's no cure for diabetes. I just want to say that as well. A lot of the time, there are people out there who are in the business of making money. So they will tell you, take this pill or take that, and that will cure the sugar. There is no cure for diabetes. However, it can be managed. Meaning to say, you can keep it well controlled. You can keep it under control through three main ways: diet, exercise, and take the medication as the doctor prescribed. So you're not going to pick one. You're not going to eat ham, lamb, and jam and then take the medication and expect it to work. Diet, because a lot of the food you eat break down into sugars. So you need to know how the food you eat interfere with your sugar levels. Exercise, because physical activity helps burn the extra sugar in the blood, right? It helps lower the blood sugar as well. And medication, because there are times when diet and exercise is not enough to keep the sugar well managed, and you will have to resort to medication. In this case, the doctor will prescribe which is best suited for you. All right. So as the month go by, I will try to do some more presentations on diabetes. We're going to talk about what foods can affect the blood sugar, what to use more of, what to use less of. But for today, we just wanted to do just a brief talk on what is diabetes and how it can affect you. Thank you. Have a good day.